I ended up hopping on a Greyhound bus to take a last-minute trip to Saratoga Springs. And here is all the cool stuff I got to do because I saved so much money riding with Greyhound. A solid 4.5 hour Greyhound bus ride later, and I'm about as far out there as you can get from the city. I am somewhere in upstate New York, in the middle of the forest, in an undisclosed location. That is right, I took a Greyhound bus about 5 hours north of New York to spend the night in a treehouse. After a night sleeping in the treehouse, it is now the next day and I have made my way into the main drag of Saratoga Springs. And now this is a town that I have never been to. I've never set foot once in this town, so I'm gonna spend the day exploring Saratoga Springs and just seeing what I can find. I stopped in this little breakfast spot and I am the only person in here, and I splurged this morning. You know, I had the extra money left over because I saved with the Greyhound, so I got this huge breakfast. It's the kind of place where everyone knows each other by their names. Like, that's how you know it's a good breakfast spot, when you walk in and the person working behind the bar is like, oh, hey John, how's it going? And they have their little rapport. So I'm just finishing up breakfast right here. I'm gonna go explore the rest of Saratoga Springs now. The main drag in downtown Saratoga Springs is known for shopping. There are tons and tons of stores. Like I said, I have some extra cash, and normally I never really ever go shopping, but I'm feeling like I might do a little shopping today. The last time I was shopping was when I was going to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. This is one of those instances where, you know, I might just splurge on this and get this jacket. I mean, you can't feel this, but you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get this. You know what? I feel good about that purchase. A good springtime coat is something, you know, you have to invest in. I wandered into the Saratoga marketplace very early in the morning, so it's an empty Saratoga market. But check this out. Downtown Saratoga on Broadway is known for its art. There's only a few things in life that I really see the value in investing in, and one of those things is art. So aside from all the shopping, I find the most interesting thing about Saratoga Springs is the history. It is 100% spring in upstate New York, currently sitting under a nice cedar tree, getting a little bit of shade because it's actually getting warm. Like, the sun is doing its thing today. But back to the history. Originally, Saratoga Springs was founded for, I mean, you probably guessed it, the springs. There are natural mineral springs that shoot up around this region. Way back in the 17th century, the Indians actually brought the fur traders to these springs and they were kind of exploited, and then a town popped up. The springs contained water that is super rich in minerals, and it was believed that they had healing properties for medical conditions. Then as we move through history, the horse racing culture was brought to Saratoga Springs, which is what it's known for now. Saratoga Springs is a racing hub. This behind me is actually an ancient spring that they converted into a drinking fountain. Oh wow, that is refreshing, my gosh. And with that, I am back at the bus station about to hop on my Greyhound bus after a nice 36 hours escaping the city, getting into nature, small town life. Again, huge thanks to Greyhound. If you haven't already booked with Greyhound, check out the link in the description. Book your weekend escape, especially if you live in New York.